Ladies and gentlemen, again, apologies for interrupting any part of your dinner. That looks good, boys. Fantastic. Okay, if we could have your attention, I'm Jez, I'm the MC of the treble suite. I do apologise if you're at the back of the room. It is quite a tricky room to play with a spiral staircase in the middle, but we shall do our best. If you could turn your attention this way, I can introduce you to two gentlemen that have nearly 900 appearances between them for Manchester United. Here's, of course, Arthur Orbiston and Lou Macari. Put your hands together, please. Fantastic. Always lovely to see you fellas. Thank you very much for being with us. First question comes from Steve Connor from the Premier League table. Lou, who was the best manager you played for?
I'd have to say my very first manager, who was Celtic manager, Jock Stein. Won a European Cup, all homegrown players. Cost about, in total, cost about £40,000. Reminds you of nowadays, doesn't it? Friends with Bill Shankly, another great manager. Friends with Sir Matt Busby here at Old Trafford, another great manager. And honestly, I've got to say, you look back in time and what those managers had to work with, which was nothing. It was quite a miracle that he managed to get Celtic to be the first British club to win the European Cup. Won it fair and square, deserved to win the game, and then I joined Celtic a year later as an apprentice and quickly found out and realised how they managed to win it. The manager managed, he actually had discipline in the camp. Anybody stepped out of line, you're out the door, you were gone, no messing around. And as a result, you got 11 players that went to Lisbon, won a European Cup, and then after it went to another final 3 years later, then a semi-final when I was there. And this, believe it or not, was obviously a Scottish team, which can't happen nowadays, will never happen nowadays, because they haven't got the players and they haven't got the managers to sort of gel together a team of individuals. That one came from Birmingham City, midfield player called Bertie Auld, goalkeeper Ronnie Simpson came from Newcastle, and at those two particular clubs they were just fringe players. He managed to get into Celtic, instilling them the discipline that's required, the desire, the commitment, all the things we hear very little about nowadays, but it is the biggest part of any footballer's career. If you've got that in you, you're more than half the way there. So I've got to say, Stein, who helped me get a career, Dalglish, Danny McGrain, another Celtic player, and we all had long careers as well, and that was down to the training, the work rate and the demands from the manager. So it's certainly Jock Stein for me.
Superb, Steve. Thank you very much for your question, and also what a tremendous comprehensive answer, Lou. Thank you very much for that. I love listening to that. Arthur, if you follow me, please. Sorry, we're going to have to do what we call work the room, because the little man who's asked this is actually, oh, he's over there. You've moved for your question. Cool. Stay where you are, Arthur. Thank you very much. You're a little gent. That's Rashad. He basically wants to know, what was your favourite ever game that you played in?
Favourite ever game? Well, we're fortunate to be in a few cup finals and big matches like that. Semi-finals were nerve-wracking, but probably a European game here against Barcelona. We lost the first leg 2-0 away from home. Didn't really deserve that. Shouldn't have been 2-0. We felt it was a very level game. We might have even won it, but they got a goal from the fullback who very rarely scores it in the top corner. Another one went off the centre back, fellow Scot of mine, Graham Hoggy. 2-0. So we came back here, played them 2 weeks later. I think most people were writing us off, but we still felt we had a chance, and the game went well for us and we ended up winning 3-0. So probably that game, turning it round completely into a 3-0 win. Having said that, 2 minutes to go, big German lad Schuster had a shot that scraped the crossbar. If that goes in, you're out of the competition. So for me, I would say that Barcelona game here stands out amongst the best, I think.
Brilliant, Rashad. Thank you very much for your question. Now, the little man there, he's a right winger, Lou. Obviously, we were talking about dedication, teamwork and things, but if there was one bit of advice you could give him, so that then he had a Man United shirt on him in a few years.
All right wingers are lazy. Stand out in the right wing, don't do a great deal. No. Advice, just go and enjoy yourself. Show a great deal of commitment, show a desire to get about the pitch, and that's enough nowadays. I've got to say, if you can add that, if you have that in your game, it's enough. Obviously you need ability, but those two ingredients will take you a long way to being a regular player in somebody's starting lineup.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for your question, mate. Coming out to listen to the answer as well. Yeah. What, him?
No, you pointed to this table here.
God love you, see, Lou thought you were still playing there. That's a lovely compliment. I'm sure he'll take it.